Hello and welcome to one and all. In today's class, we will move on to the next 5 marks question. What are the various types of pollutions? So this question is also frequently being asked in the board exam under the Unit 9 Environmental Economics. Okay. So before proceeding to the answer, let me explain to you briefly about the background, what is the environment and what are the various types of environment. What is the meaning of environment? Environment means surroundings. That is whatever the surroundings which we are living, which is comprised of all non-living spheres of earth like climate, land, sea, mountains, forest, etc., wherein all life forms exist. So all the living things coexist with the non-living things, which is constituting the surroundings. And what are the various types of environment? The first one is the physical environment, which is also called as the abiotic, that is the non-living things environment, which includes all physical things like land, water, air, climatic conditions, rains, etc. Second one, social or cultural environment, cultural and lifestyles of the human beings. Each and every one of us have got different backgrounds. We follow different culture. We have different lifestyles. In spite of that, we all coexist together. Third one is the biotic environment, that is the living things. The living part of the earth, that is animals, human beings, plants, birds, fish, and microorganisms. So all these living things coexist along with the non-living things, and together they constitute the environment. So if there is any pollution happens in any one of these types of environment, then slowly the quality of environment starts degrading. Okay. Now moving on to the pollution. What is the meaning of pollution? So pollution is caused by a pollutant, a substance. It is caused by a pollutant. You can call it as a substance, you can call it as an energy, you can call it as some kind of chemical. Whatever you might call it, it is something that pollutes something. So what is that something? Especially it pollutes air, that is the atmosphere, or the water. So the various types of pollutions, broadly, the major forms of pollutions are categorized into three: air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollutions. Okay, so first let us check out what is the air pollution. So what is the meaning of air pollution? What happens when there is air pollution? So air pollution is a mixture of solid particles and gases in the air. And what are all the causes of the air pollution? The first one, agricultural activities. The second, manufacturing processes. Third one, solvent usage. And the fourth one, nuclear energy programs. So all these things, they cause air pollution. What are all the effects or the consequences of the air pollution? First and foremost, it affects the respiratory systems of human beings, not only the human beings but also animals and birds. And because of the damage it is causing to the respiratory system, people get diseases like TB, asthma, that is wheezing, and it also affects the food items, vegetables, fruits, and it affects the productivity of land. It damages the monuments, buildings, etc. And of course it also causes acid rains. So these are all the causes and effects of air pollution. Next, moving on to the next one, water pollution. What is the meaning of water pollution? It is the contamination of water sources, that is anything that is contaminating air is the air pollution. Any pollutant that is contaminating water is the water pollution. So it is the contamination of water sources, that is in a river, lake, ponds, etc., by substances which make the water unusable. So it is unusable for drinking, it is unusable for cooking, cleaning, swimming, all the water activities, the water becomes unusable. Now what are all the causes for water pollution? The first and major cause of water pollution is sewage waste. Second is exotic organic chemicals. Third one, inorganic minerals and compounds. And the fourth one, the radioactive waste. And the fifth one is the plastic pollution and the chemical fertilizers and pesticides which are used in the agricultural sector to increase the productivity. So all these are the causes for water pollution. Now what are all the effects or the consequences of water pollution? First and foremost, we get the waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, and dysentery, and it decreases the fertility of the soil. It increases the cost of production to the industries, because The industries, they need to spend a certain amount of money in order to purify the water. So they have to spend money, they have to incur costs for the purification of water. Then it kills all the aquatic creatures. It kills fish and damages the aquatic food resource. So when water itself becomes unusable, whatever the species, whatever the creatures living in the water will also become unusable, isn't it? So whatever the food resource we are having in the form of aquatic life form, all those are damaged because of the water pollution. The next, moving on to the third one, that is the noise pollution. So the noise pollution, what is the mean? It is which is caused by sound. See the noise. It's originally it is derived from the Latin word nausea. So nausea means we all know, isn't it? Nausea is people, we feel certain kind of sickness. We feel the urge to vomit. So noise is something like which is creating an unpleasant sound, and it affects us psychologically as well as the physically. It causes a mental disturbance. So that is the noise pollution. So it refers to the physiological or psychological harm created by sound. Noise is actually the intensity of sound is measured in something called as decibels. So decibels, so human ears can hear up to the faintest sound is up to 1 dB. Okay, and if somebody is whispering, then it is up to the extent of 30 dB. The normal conversation takes place in 60 dB. Motor engines and all, they have around 95 dB. And if it is around 120 dB, which is loud noise, then that immediately affects our ears. So if you are continuously listening to dB to the extent of 70, so prolonged exposure to 70 dB of noise, slowly it starts to damage the ears. So this is the problem of noise pollution. Now what are all the causes for noise pollution? The first and foremost, it is the traffic, all the traffic sound which we are hearing. The second one is the railways. Third one is the whatever the noise created by the industries. Fourth one, whatever the noise created by the construction works, all those drilling and all. Next one is the public gatherings. So if there is a public gatherings, definitely there will be use of loudspeakers, then crackers, drums, etc. So these are all some of the reasons for noise pollution. What are all the effects of noise pollution? It damages the ear and causes temporary or permanent ear loss, that is called as deafness. Second one, it affects the brain and nervous system, and it creates mental fatigue, lack of concentration, affects the efficiency of labor. So the labor productivity declines. Okay, so these are all the various types of pollutions. Now moving on to the question, the answer. Discuss the types of pollution. So this is the question which has been frequently asked in the board exam. So the introduction, environmental pollution is caused by pollutant, a chemical or energy that damage the quality of environment. It adversely affects all the living organisms. The three important forms of pollutions are air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution. First one, air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of solid particles and gases in the air. The sources of air pollution are agricultural activities, combustion, manufacturing process, solvent usage and nuclear energy programs. Air pollution affects food items, damages greenhouse and raises the earth's temperature. It also causes acid rains, affects monuments, buildings, etc. Air pollution affects the respiratory system of humans, animals and birds. It causes diseases like TB and asthma. The second, water pollution. Water pollution is caused due to contamination of water sources by substances which are harmful to living organisms. Main water pollutants are sewage, exotic organic chemicals, inorganic minerals and compounds, radioactive waste, plastic, and chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Water pollution causes waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, and dysentery, affecting human health. It decreases the natural fertility of soil, affecting agricultural productivity. It kills the fish and this damages the aquatic food resource. The third one, noise pollution. Noise pollution refers to the physiological or psychological harm created by sound. Traffic, railways, industries, construction works, use of loudspeakers, crackers, drums, etc. are the sources of noise pollution. Noise pollution affects human beings, animals and birds. It damages the ear, causing temporary or permanent hearing loss, that is deafness. It also creates irritation, mental fatigue, lack of concentration, etc. Okay, so this is the 5 marks question. Discuss the types of pollutions. If you find this video useful, please like, share and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until next class, take care. Bye bye.